Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to address you today as representatives of Bahrain's wider community and also as valued friends. As the challenging period we have also recently witnessed draws to a close, I would like to take this opportunity to discuss the future of this nation and our peoples as we embark on a renewed chapter of reform. As you are no doubt aware, this Saturday heralds the commencement of the national dialogue. It will be a true dialogue in every respect, and no section of Bahrain's wide and diverse society will be ignored. Its aim will be to shape not only Bahrain's immediate future, but to lay the foundations for generations to come. Built upon consensus, and by consensus, it will take into account the aspirations of all and will not be defined simply by a few. It is a basic truth that for a society so rich in diversity as Bahrain, a shared, agreed, and common approach must take into account the views of many, while seeking to leave no one behind. Only a dialogue that speaks for all can result in an outcome capable of being embraced by all. As a result, the dialogue's reach is wide. Its focus is broad, dealing with not only issues of democratic development, but recognizing that the development of a nation requires the continued advancement of its social and economic environment. But underlining confidence in Bahrain's commitment to the way ahead also means addressing issues in our recent past. More specifically, there is a need to examine recent events to establish and assess with absolute and unimpeachable clarity both the actions of the authorities and that of protesters and related groups. I am also highly conscious of the need to reinforce Bahrain's continuing commitment to both our domestic and international obligations in respect of human rights, to which we remain fully committed. As a result, yesterday I announced the formation of an independent commission of inquiry led by a panel of international experts whose expertise and impartiality are beyond reproach. The Commission's terms of reference are wide-ranging, covering the events of February and March this year and the subsequent events following this period. The Commission will have unfettered access to all government records and government officials, It will have complete autonomy over the scope and method of approach, and the rights of anyone cooperating with the Commission have been fully protected and guaranteed. I have asked for the Commission to report its finding no later than October 30th this year, and these will be made fully available to the public. This is an important, significant and essential step to continuing our program of reform and entering a new phase of its development. Those of you who have known Bahrain for some time will know that it has always taken pride in its openness and tolerance as a society. It is something that has always been a hallmark of the fabric of Bahrain and must remain so in the future. It is a national characteristic that has defined Bahrain, not through social engineering or design, but because it is genuine and heartfelt. And it has, of course, traditionally been a universal draw for those visiting and also living with us. Indeed, I would like to pay tribute to all of you here and the many expatriates who call Bahrain home, for the contribution you make and the part you play in helping shape Bahrain. The expatriate community is an important part of Bahrain's diversity and strength. You have brought new skill sets to our commercial market, brought new companies to country, provided employment for Bahrain's people, and enriched our business environment immeasurably. Furthermore, you have made yourselves as much a part of Bahrain as I hope you feel Bahrain has of you. You have my greatest thanks for your continued support, involvement and input into Bahrain's ongoing development. Your value to the community is gratefully recognized, and in turn you are indeed valued members of our community. Thank you for joining me here today and for joining the country as we take our next step towards our shared future with a renewed spirit of togetherness. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I'd like to thank the King for inviting us here. It's been a fantastic chance for expats that don't live in Bahrain or aren't national Bahrainis to come and meet the King. And I wish him all the best with any dialogue and things going forward.
And today, His Majesty was so gracious to meet the expatriate community, and where he again spoke in clear terms that Bahrain's reform process is entering a new stage after the national dialogue starting on Saturday. We, as part of the Indian community, about 400,000 Indian community, we want peace, prosperity and development for this beautiful country. And prosperity and peace of Bahrain is the prosperity and peace of the Indian community.
I'd like to thank His Majesty the King for inviting the collection of the expatriate community to sit with him and discuss the way forward about his new plans for fresh dialogue. It's been a pleasure to serve Bahrain in the past, and I'm sure with his guidance and wise decisions he will take us forward into the future.
It was a fantastic meeting to be here with His Majesty in the palace, and it shows again the fantastic support of the expatriate community in the future of Bahrain. We all know it has been a challenging few months, but it's good to see that everything is looking forward to the future. There's some great initiatives, as we heard His Majesty talking about the national dialogue on Saturday starting, which is all very, very positive. And you see around you, we talked about people that were born here, although they don't hold the Bahraini nationality, but they've been here living for 20 years. People have been born here. We all love this country. We're all very proud to be in Bahrain, and we all hope that the future will be as bright and prosperous as what we're all looking forward to.
I've lived in Bahrain for 20 years. Both my children were born here and I got married here, so Bahrain's very special in my heart and to all my family.